The Neo Reality Entertainment brand expands with a relaunch of the Neo Reality Collective Pop Culture News Talk. Your host, Eric Brown, gives his insights and thoughts in the ever-expanding news world of comic books, professional wrestling, gaming, TV, and movies. Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniverse.
Today's edition of Neo Reality Collective is brought to you by Anchor.fm, a free distribution service podcasting hosting platform that allows you to record your podcast on your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so much more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor.fm app or go to Anchor.fm to get started today. Thank you and enjoy the episode.
The road to Dark Crisis continues. Hello everyone, this is Neo Reality Collective back again with the Road to Dark Crisis reviews as we tread further towards the brink of the DC universe for the next big crisis event with the Great Darkness. When we last left off, we did the Dark Crisis issue 0 Free Comic Book Day issue, which focuses on a world without the Justice League, and as the villains are starting to realize they are dead, and now now everything's gonna hit the fan soon. Meanwhile, the Justice League were viciously slaughtered at the hands of Pariah, and some of DC's biggest powerful villains, such as Darkseid, Doomsday, Green Arrow getting the worst of it, since his head was literally smashed in. So, that was a bad day. So, this is a event headed by Joshua Williamson, and they had released a one-shot called Justice League Road to Dark Crisis, number 1. A special one-shot to basically serve as the unofficial epilogue, I think, of the Justice League series that was going on, and tie it in with more of the Dark Crisis realm, since, well, the Justice League are all dead, and there's a lot of things going on in this event, since this is a one-shot containing multiple writers and artists. Many artists. And Daniel St. Pierre is not part of this event, although he does the awesome cover art of glass shattering as the Great Darkness looms overhead, and it's a pretty damn good imposing visual. Man. Chaos reigns as the darkness starts to spread throughout the DC universe. Let's go ahead and no longer keep delaying the inevitable. Let's talk right about Dark Crisis number 1, Road to Justice League's Road to Dark Crisis number 1 after the messages. DC, take care. We'll see y'all in a bit. Live, drink, and be merry. Let's dig right into Justice League Road to Dark Crisis number 1 and see how the world reacts to a world without the Justice League. After the death of the Justice League. That all you got? Stop jumping around, Nightwing! Thought Star City was your turf, Brick. What are you doing in my neck of the woods? I say this even though Bloodhaven's really my woods, but, I have to kind of keep the peace here. No Justice League means no Batman. Gotham's prime real estate again. Oh, please, Gotham has more than one night. You're lucky you ran into me, but not the Batgirls. Now, come on, let's do this. And then Jonathan Kent smashes Brick into the concrete. 3 things. What are you doing in Gotham? Where were you 15 minutes ago? And I totally had him. How are you making jokes at a time like this? You heard what Black Adam said. The Justice League is dead. My dad, I know Superman, but you need to slow down. You need to. Why are you not freaking out? What are they really gone? You know your dad died before, years ago. That's what my mom said. Yeah, Nightwing is kind of realizing that, this is the DC universe and almost everyone keeps dying and coming back at this point. So, yeah. Gotham PD are taking care of Brick, but I think I know what you need. At Superman's funeral, Batman had such a matter-of-fact attitude about your dad's death. He didn't want us to know how he really felt. I think he thought if he looked worried, it would scare us. Then a few months later, your dad returned. When Bruce died, I didn't believe it. You totally did believe it. In fact, Tim was the only one that believed he was still alive. Stop acting like you were right about everything. You kind of just were accepting the role and everything. I thought it was some kind of trick, but once we had the body checked, I put on the Batman suit. Your dad was actually mad at me, angry that I put on the costume, but eventually saw it was something I had to do. And then Bruce was back, just like your dad. I don't know how much Barry's death impacted Wally, but sometimes I think Barry coming back hurt him more. So, you just don't worry about death at all now? Oh, of course I do, John. I have faith. I refuse to give up on your dad, on Bruce, Diana, every member of the Justice League. Lee has shown us many times that we can't give up hope. I'm glad you're okay with this, but I've talked to some of the other heroes and they're scared, Dick. They're worried. They don't have your experience, which is why Titans Academy is my priority right now. I'm like that and the Alfred Foundation, but we can't talk about that much. Those kids are the future, and I need to be there for them. Listen, Young Justice are already building statues in front of the Hall of Justice on the Fallen. What? We're playing a vigil. It would mean a lot to people if you came and said, you're overreacting. We need you. Why don't you just start a new Justice? Because we don't need to. The Justice League are coming back. What if they don't this time? People don't always come back, do they? No. Remembering his parents and Alfred. So this is the part I'm just going to go ahead and bring up. This is actually an interesting concept. How does people in the DC universe react to heroes coming back and dying, and then they start realizing, wait, why can't I have them come back? Why can't I have my loved ones come back like everyone else seems to get to do? It would actually be kind of a fascinating villain origin story, even how they handle grief differently, especially when they keep seeing people that they don't know, but they're heroes, so therefore they're given a free pass to come back from the dead. And there are some heroes who don't definitely come back. Like, let's see, Carr's video review of Heroes in Crisis. Let's see, Dan Garrett, the Blue Beetle, has been dead for half a century, which I'm not kidding about. That tells you how old these characters are in reality when you think about it. And you see these, and you're just like, not everyone comes back. In fact, I'm surprised Nightwing hasn't mentioned Danny Chase in his flashback when he's remembering the Fallen, because Danny Chase, for all we know, is still dead, and even in the Infinite Frontier era. And we could go ahead and mention how in Young Justice's cartoon series, he was brutally dissected and turned into a father box. Damn. So Jonathan Kent goes ahead and bestows some advice. If they're really dead or alive, what if that Dark Army is still coming? I too be brought on with ketchup. Enjoy! I know what you're doing. This was one of my dad's favorites. Yeah, it's disgusting, but I figured you needed some comfort food. And there's a loud boom. What? Oh no, look, it's Kid Amazo and some Amazo prototypes. You knew he was coming, didn't you? I might have heard some rumors that Kid Amazo planned to break into Star Labs, and since you're here, team up? Team up. John, thank you for coming to me. I didn't realize how much I was acting like Bruce. I didn't want you to be worried, so I tried to hide my own worries. It's okay, maybe I was being hit a bit like my dad too, so what now? What would your dad do? He tells us maybe it's our duty to be strong and carry on the Justice League legacy. Exactly. You mean you'll speak at the vigil? You better believe it. So, yeah, that's an awesome scene, especially since Nightwing and John have this kind of mentor relationship going on, especially since Nightwing's known him since he was a little kid. And then Brian Michael Bendis came into existence and destroyed that dynamic we could have gotten, but screw logic. So, yeah, Justice League Road to Dark Crisis shows the list of stories in this issue, specifically Team Up, which was written by Joshua Williamson and penciled by Dan Jurgens. And we also got Life of Purpose, Survivors, The Pariah, Because of the Night. And we had a bunch of other, which are all written by, let's see, Jeremy Adams, Chuck Brown, Phil Kennedy Johnson, Stephanie Phillips. There's a variety of artists coming in to do some work. So we cut to the next story, Life of Purpose. How long since you've heard from Barry? A month? Maybe 2? Iris, why didn't you come to us before? You know how it is, Linda. They speed off to save the universe, disappear for days, weeks, and then they're back like nothing ever happened. But this time, after hearing about the League, Wally, something's wrong. Avery was with Justice League Incarnate team. What if... Oh man, he's scared. They all are. If I don't do something, that fear can be paralyzing, and right now, we can't afford to be paralyzed. On Iris, I promise we'll find Barry. I promise, but right now, with what's happened to the League, the world needs us. Of course it does. You're so much like him, Wally. Go. Do what he taught you. Save the day. Grab your suit, Ace. We got work to do. I think Ace the Bat Hound can't really move that fast. Oh, wait. Never mind. You were talking about Wallace West. What now? When I thought Barry had died the first time, every criminal with a costume and a small amount of power popped up out of whatever hole they'd been hiding to make a name for themselves. I spent the first few months as the Flash making sure they knew that the Keystone and Central City were still protected. If the League is really dead, gone, then we're about to get a tidal wave of poorly named bad guys. So you want us to what? Play a little whack-a-mole. What's whack-a-mole? Well, whack-a-mole is the typical game where you beat the living hell out of somebody, a bunch of moles coming out of the whack-a-moling machine. But not in this case. Stay focused. Follow me. We're going to make sure every idiot calling themselves a villain regrets waking up today. Do I believe they're dead? No. I've seen too much, been to too many funerals and that turn into parties a couple months later. Yeah, that's kind of annoying at some point, right? So, yeah, we see this impressive visual of Wally West speeding throughout the city, helping as many people as possible. And then also helping defeat a Giganta, I believe. And she's knocked down and surprisingly does little collateral damage. Oh, and is chained up in a hardware store. I just have one question. Why do they have chains that big? You came out hiding again, Giganta, and I'm going to give you more than an earful. Yes, I may or may not have been attracted to you at one point in another cartoon universe, but that's a different matter. Earful? Do you really have time for dad jokes? There's always time for dad jokes, Ace. Yes, there's always time for dad jokes. Unless you're Darth Vader and you give dad jokes, and that is incredibly creepy. I know he thinks the jokes are dumb, but he's smiling, takes his mind off of Barry, Avery. That's why I do it, to remind him, myself, what we're fighting for, because I know the truth. The world is hard. It's full of pain, anger, and darkness. And if you let that negativity if you let it, that negativity will drag you down, paralyze you to into inaction. That's why I joke, I smile, I'm the hope guy, to remind myself what we're doing here, what we're fighting for. If all that bad stuff is in the dark, then the good stuff must be the light. So they travel around Happy Harbor, Midday City, Park City, and other locations as Barry continues his narration. Smiles, laughter, love, the reason the League was formed, not to save our worthless species, but to protect what makes our species worth something. It keeps that hope up to keep us moving forward. It keeps me out here, writing my cute butt off. You know, we might cover more ground if we split up. Yeah, he's getting it. The smile, the mission. Okay, I get the northern hemisphere, you get the south. Viewers villains captured by 8 buys dinner in Chicago. The pizza joint? The pizza joint. You're on. Get ready to spend a fortune. I'm starving. And there he goes. No longer scared, but it doesn't mean it hurts less. When one of us dies, disappears, it just means a sacrifice, my hero's sacrifice, it's more than just a moment in time. It's a reminder to live a life of purpose, to give people a hero they can count on. A hero they need to have the end of the night. I need a hero to be there for me at the end of the night. And Wally West's phone rings. Yeah, John? No, I'm fine. What do you need? Cobra? Snake costumes? Terrible spelling? I'm familiar. DC? I'll be right there. You can count on me. Oh, yeah, where we get that visual, yeah. The world can always count on its heroes. As Wally West speeds off outside the Flash Museum to go ahead and save the day again. Meanwhile, in Sector 2814, being in the deep space and away from this sector can really make you homesick. This is Green Lantern of Sector 2814. I need backup immediately. I'm in pursuit of dangerous interplanetary creature. I wish this thing wasn't the reason I had to return. Why isn't anyone responding? Flash? Superman? Oh dear. I repeat, I need backup. The Viro cannot reach Earth's oceans. Aquaman? And Green Lantern races down to catch up, but it looks like it's falling into the ocean. Damn it! No! I can't match its speed in water. Its metamorphosis may have already begun. Oh god, they're delving the trench to evolutionary forms! Meanwhile, in Atlantis, the army of the Trench Army goes ahead and prepares for their big invasion. What manner of fish are they? I'm not sure, but they don't look friendly. I wish Arthur were here. Pardon me, folks. I wish Arthur was here also. It feels strange not finding by his side. Based on GL's distress call, those things aren't fish or friends, which means they're predators that stumbled upon the wrong prey. Wherever you are, whatever you are, you will not get past me. I will be Zhang Fei of this bridge, damn it! And he is immediately bitten in the arm. Well, that happened. Oh, by the way, Aquaman currently has a miniseries going on that DC revealed that it was in fact always going to be a miniseries because they knew they were going to kill off Aquaman. So, deceptive marketing tactics. Gotcha. You guys seem hungry, but I didn't become an Aquaman just to become Chum. A light of Green Lantern floods my mind with memories of the Justice League. I was not with the League when they fell, but everyone else, my friends, my mentors, are all dead. Oh, don't worry, Arthur. You have Tempest with you. Oh wait, he's not in this issue. You kept them occupied. Great job, kid. The name's Hal Jordan. I know who you are, GL. Oh, I'm Jackson Hyde, Arthur's partner. What are these things anyway? That's the problem, Jackson. No one knows they're from an uncharted sector of space. We need Aquaman. Where is he? You don't know? He's dead. He and the Justice League are all dead. I'm sorry, but I don't have any answers. I just know that they are gone and we are here now. We have to stop these things. Yeah, he's probably the only member of the Justice League to think, oh my god, it wasn't me. I remember when I died the first time. I turned into the Spectre. I was a massive killer who found out I was actually possessed by a parasite. I then had 0 Hour Crisis on my hands. It was a day. And I also may have also had to stop the sun from going out. But that was a weird day for me. Their symbiotic kind have eradicated all life from every other planet or oceans they visited. There's something not quite right here. They're not evil, just hungry. I had an idea. Drop the force field. Okay, I hope you know what you're doing. Dude, we're dealing with an alien of unknown origin. It can survive in space and the sea. Of course I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. What's the plan? We need to create a whale's ton of centrifugal ores. Say less. And they go ahead and create a force to help. And then Algernon says the central fund will separate it from the parasites. Hell yes, let's do it. As the aliens are all being reduced from their predatory evolutionary forms of the trench, and Arthur says, "Easy, fella. We're all friends here." Eek? Eek? Oh, I get it. You're welcome. GL, the Atlantean Council is preparing for the power vacuum the League's death will create. The world may need me, but Atlantis needs me more. It's okay. Take all the time you need. I'm going to find out what happened to the League. Listen, you and the other young heroes will need to step up. The world needs all of you right now. I'll be ready. Meanwhile, before the Justice League fail, I'm saving the world. This is how one saves the world. Not with great deeds, not with great discoveries. Just by letting the cosmos spin uninterrupted. And by... No. Sir? Sir, are you okay? I didn't mean to bother you. I thought maybe you lost something. Or, I don't know, are you okay? If you lost something, I could help you find it again. If ever we could find it together. If you only build the machine. Sir, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You didn't exist. I did though, didn't I? Why couldn't I still be out there somewhere, Mosa? The children too. Will you not look at us? Just don't presume to tell me what's possible. I understand the nature of the multiverse better than anyone living. I mean, the Martyr's still alive, I think. Last time we saw him, he was screaming about there was a crisis coming when Perpetua beat him. You know, actually, where is he in right now? Is he dead? Is he moving around? In fact, where's Metron when you think about it? Where's that chronicler that showed up in the Anti-Crisis War? Where are they? On my world, I was the first to theorize of it, the first to find evidence of it, and ultimately, he whose hubris destroyed it. Since I have been dragged back into existence, I understand that some debased, bastardized form of the multiverse must again exist. As seen in the original Crisis on Infinite Earths. But it is not what it should have been. I can say with absolute certainty, there is no universe in which Pariah's family still lives. But why couldn't we? Build your machine again. Bring us back. You have such power. You can do anything. The power? The Monitor had power. The Owens, the controllers, Darkseid has power. My mighty gift was being pulled into a world of the moment of its destruction. And then another, and another. Every time I open my eyes, the world ends. Even now, after all these years. I know it's not real, not anymore. But it's what I see. I'm sorry. This multiverse may be a false one, but you and the children have no place in it. And I will not burn down creation again. And as he prepares to accept the death and walk away, his wife and children scream at him. Don't tell me we have no place here. You abandoned us for your precious work even while we were living. And he falls down in panic. Your work doomed us. Now you say your work cannot save us. I will not accept that. Build the machine, Pariah. Put things right. No. Don't you understand? I am putting my things right. By keeping myself in the gutter, in the places no one sees. I finally accepted the truth. All the multiverse requires to thrive is for its Pariah to do nothing. I will kill myself rather than build that machine again. Then do it. If you would rather die than give your family life, then die. Yes, saving the world. This is how one saves the world, not with great deeds, just by standing aside and leaving the world alone. And before he can do that, he's transported to another universe. Where am I? This isn't in my mind. This is real. Yes, Pariah. Now do you see? The multiverse is in danger. And this time only you can save it. Well, that was such a compelling argument. I'll build the machine. This time I will save the world. My great darkness. Excellent argument. That will surely convince him to commit mass genocide. Wait. Meanwhile, in Gotham City, we have stars in our bones. The elements that compose human bodies originated in stars over the course of billions of years. When stars die, their many elements are swept into space like seeds. It took you longer this time, Batman. And becoming the basis for new stars. This has to stop, Noctera. You know what I think, Batman? And even all life. I think you love a game you can't win. Well, he does, considering he's never going to save Gotham City. Out of death and destruction comes birth and regeneration. Help! A constant cosmic cycle. Somebody help! You can't do this. You need to leave the museum. This seems like an awfully bad time to play hero. I mean, considering what's happened to the world's greatest heroes, your partners had the right idea. Are you sure you want to do this? And he runs away in panic and pissing his pants. Good choice. The ancient Egyptians understood the importance of the night sky. They practically worshipped it. They used the stars as a guide to create measurements for their buildings, their massive monuments. A calendar for their yearly crop cycle and their Nile's flooding. All read from the stars. All a gift of the night. Can't do it, can you? It's because you need the challenge, Natalia. Or is there something you're not telling me about your feelings for Batman? I'm curious, Batgirl. How does it feel knowing that you're not good enough to die with the real heroes? You're not even a sidekick. I feel like I was at one point, but then I got fired. Then I tried again, and I started a gang war and got myself killed. Yeah, there was a thing. Then I wasn't dead. I turned out to be living in Africa the whole time, and it was really awkward. And then Tim Drake went through his emo phase, got back together with him, then we broke up again. Then I got back together with him when I thought he died. Then he came back, and now suddenly in the LGBT community, and is having a perfect relationship with a new guy. So I kind of have to make up my options as I go along. You're at best backup. The night gives us so much. Beauty, mystery. Looks like I'm more than enough to ruin your night. Reasons to give in to our desires. Cover to hide our sins. The world suffered this loss, but you, and sometimes those are one and the same. Noctera kicks Stephanie's weapons out of her hands. You just keep doing exactly what you do. Creatures of the night, that's what they called him. That wasn't quite right, was it? He was comfortable in the darkness. He made it his own. New move, Stephanie? Who taught you that? He did. But he wasn't of the darkness. He labored in the night so that the new dawn would always come, so the sunlight crept back into Gotham and made people feel safe. But of course, you already know a block for it. That was never what I wanted. I've always wanted the night. Only the night. You were following me, Stephanie. Has something happened? You know what happened. He's gone. It's just different. Endless, mysterious, sinful. Since you like space stuff so much, let me put it this way. Gotham just feels like a black hole. Nothing escapes from a black hole. Exactly. I never knew the night could feel so dark. Didn't I try to kill you? I'm kind of in this new phase where we're kind of interacting with people. You shouldn't fear the night. Even when it seems particularly empty. I was going to say vast, but yes, it is empty lately. And Stephanie Brown is contacted by Oracle. Yes, Batgirl here? Yeah, got it. I'll be there. That was Oracle. I need to deal with, well, the sort of thing I deal with. Don't steal anything. Wouldn't dream of it. Enjoy the night, Stephanie. The night reveals us, of course, and revealing a figure is watching from above. I've had my fill of unexpected guests this evening. It shows us who we are. What are you doing here, Firefly? Hey, I have an offer. And more than that, who are we meant to be? The secret society has a place for you. Your skills, your talents would be much appreciated. Villain, why would I join you? Hero, Gotham feels like a black hole. Well, we have a plan, Noctera. Or perhaps somewhere in between. Whoever you are in the night, it's much bigger than Gotham. Revealing a row of villains ready to raise hell and chaos. Embrace it. To be continued in Dark Crisis #1. And that's it for this massive one-page one-shot issue. So, yeah, Justice League Road to Dark Crisis. It's particularly a story about grief, I feel, and how you cope with it, especially in a ever-evolving world of the DC Universe, especially when they're facing the concept of death, resurrection happening so many times, that it starts to feel like, they'll just be back in about a few months. And then you start thinking after those months pass, it's like, wait, do you think they're actually dead for good? It's actually a pretty damn good way to explore it, and I wish they do it more in Marvel and DC. They could have a real good storyline here. I get the feeling that's where Tom King was somewhat trying to go for at one point with his Sanctuary plan for Heroes in Crisis, but then DC wanted to turn it into a murder mystery, and well, hijinks ensued after that. So yeah, it's looking like all hell's about to literally break loose, and I'm pretty sure two people in a box canyon are thinking, we are royally screwed, aren't we? And when I think that, I'm thinking, man, imagine if we did Red vs. Blue vs. DC. That would actually be an awesome comic, if it's done right. But yeah, the Secret Society is prepared to raise hell once things get going, and Dark Crisis is looming. Deathstroke's probably coming back after his death in the Shadow War event, so hijinks ensue, everybody. Hijinks shall ensue. But that's neither here nor then. We'll wait for you for Dark Crisis #1. This was Neo Reality Collective. Feel free to check out my other content and check out my YouTube channels. Be sure to donate to the brand and everything. Stay tuned for more, and stay tuned for this last ad break and outro, and we'll see you all again next time. Take care.
Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniverse.